At the crossing of two half-dead streets among broken windows and smoke-stained brick, there stood a bridal salon. Its sign had somehow survived, faded gold letters, almost ridiculous in their innocence. Behind the glass, the dresses still hung, white, too white for the zone. Experienced stalkers avoided places like that. Pattern recognition, anything preserved too well in the zone was almost never preserved for free. But one evening, 3 men entered the salon to survive an emission. The walls were thick. Outside, the street had already begun to howl. The choice was bad. Not choosing was worse. Inside, it smelled of dust, fabric, and something sweet. Old perfume worked deep into the walls. Mannequins stood in rows, every face covered by a veil. The air was warm and dry. Domestic in a way the zone almost never allowed. "Drop the pack and stay quiet," said Rota, the oldest of them. They sealed themselves in the fitting area behind a heavy curtain. Outside, the emission rolled over the street. Glass trembled. The metal skeleton of the city answered with a low, distant groan. Then, from the showroom, came a sound, a step, another, as if someone barefoot was walking across carpet, then whispering. Very soft, female, not quite words. Liz went pale immediately. "No," he said. "I have heard this before." Before the catastrophe, Liz had been left just before his wedding. The zone loves small wounds, the ones that do not look fatal until touched correctly. The whispering came closer. Through the edge of the curtain, they saw the dresses moving. Not people wearing dresses, dresses with shapes inside them. Too smooth, too silent. Rota was raising his weapon when someone gently pulled the curtain aside. A hand appeared, thin, white, gloved, then a face, a bride, not a monster, not a corpse. Just a beautiful woman in a white dress with even skin and calm eyes. So normal that terror moved down the spine before thought could explain it. She looked at Lise and smiled. "You are late." Lis screamed like a child, then he ran into the showroom before anyone could stop him. Rota followed and saw the salon had changed. The mannequins were closer now, too close. Their veils moved though there was no air, and between them, through a white corridor of fabric, Lis followed the bride toward the mirrors. "Stop!" Rota shouted. Lis did not turn. At the far wall, the old fitting mirrors had fogged from the inside, as if something behind the glass was breathing. Lis was almost there when one dress on the right turned sharply. Under the veil, no face, only smooth whiteness. Rota fired, the mirror burst, and the whole salon moved at once. Dresses tore from their places like a school of jellyfish given speed on dry land. Veils snapped through the air. Mannequin hands reached for throats. Rota grabbed Lis by the jacket and dragged him back, striking with the rifle stock. The youngest cut at the fabric with a knife. They escaped only because the emission outside began to fade and Rota shot the lock apart. Lee survived. She was not calling me to die, she was calling me to stay. After that, the place became known as the bride's atelier. No one goes in. But on wet spring evenings, a new dress sometimes appears in the window, one that was not there before, as if the shop is still working, as if the city is still preparing someone's ceremony.